Picture this. A dead satellite, tumbling through the void of space for years, suddenly plummets back to Earth. Scientists rush to examine the wreckage. And that's when they see it. Something growing on the metal. Structures that weren't there when we launched it. Formations that don't match any known corrosion pattern. Attachments that seem almost deliberate. Multiple satellites. Multiple discoveries. And every single one has engineers scratching their heads, asking the same terrifying question. What happened up there? I'm talking about metallic growths on spacecraft that have been floating in the supposed vacuum of space. I'm talking about unknown materials fused to solar panels. I'm talking about modifications to equipment that was supposedly dead for decades. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now. And the more we investigate, the stranger it gets. So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into one of the most unsettling space mysteries of the decade. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to look up at the night sky a little differently. Let's rewind to where this story really begins. Space agencies around the world have been dealing with a growing problem: space junk. Thousands of defunct satellites, spent rocket stages, and debris are circling our planet like a high-speed minefield. Most of it stays up there, trapped in orbit. But some of it eventually comes home. In 2019, a European research satellite that had been declared dead since 2009 finally re-entered Earth's atmosphere. Most of it burned up as expected, but a few pieces made it to the ground, landing in a remote area of Kazakhstan. When recovery teams examined the fragments, they noticed something odd. The metal surfaces weren't just scorched from re-entry. They had these patterns, crystalline formations that shouldn't exist on aerospace-grade aluminum alloys. Initially, they suspected contamination from atmospheric conditions during descent. Makes sense, right? Except that the patterns were underneath layers of oxidation that could only have formed in space. One engineer described it as looking like frost on a window, but made of metal and geometric. They quietly shelved the findings. Anomaly. One-off. Move on. But then it happened again. Fast forward to 2021. A decommissioned Russian communications satellite breaks apart during re-entry over the Pacific. Debris washes up on a beach in Chile. And there it is again, those same metallic growths, but more pronounced, more complex. This time the formations look almost organic. Branching structures like frozen lightning or the roots of a tree are spreading across circuit boards that haven't been powered in over 15 years. Here's where it gets really weird. Spectroscopic analysis revealed the presence of trace elements that shouldn't be there. We're talking about isotopes that are extremely rare on Earth. Elements that form under specific conditions you'd find near high-energy cosmic radiation or... well, we don't actually know what other conditions would create them. By 2023, space agencies had quietly documented at least 12 separate incidents across different satellites from different countries, launched in different decades. 12 dead satellites. 12 inexplicable modifications. And here's the kicker, they were all in similar orbital ranges, between 400 and 800 kilometers above Earth, right in the sweet spot where low Earth orbit transitions to higher altitudes. The pattern was undeniable. Something was happening up there. So what's actually going on? Well, that's where things get complicated. Theory 1. Plasma crystallization. Some scientists suggest these growths could be the result of plasma interactions. Space isn't a perfect vacuum, it's filled with charged particles, especially in Earth's magnetosphere. Over years of exposure, these particles could theoretically create unusual crystal structures on metal surfaces. It's plausible. It follows known physics. There's just one problem. The formations are showing up inside sealed compartments, on circuit boards protected by multiple layers of shielding. How does plasma penetrate that? Theory 2. Unknown microbial life. Here's where we enter more controversial territory. What if there are microorganisms in space that we simply haven't discovered yet? Extremophiles that can survive radiation, vacuum conditions, and temperature extremes? We've found bacteria on Earth that can survive in the vacuum of space for years. We've discovered microbes living in nuclear reactor cores. Is it really that crazy to think something might be living up there, using dead satellites as, what? Homes? Food sources? The metallic growths could be biofilms, colonies of organisms creating structures from space dust and radiation. It sounds like science fiction, but remember, we once thought nothing could live near deep-sea volcanic vents, and look how that turned out. Theory 3. Space dust accretion. The boring answer, but maybe the scariest. What if this is just what happens when satellites stay in orbit long enough? A slow accumulation of space dust, micrometeorites, and particles fusing under specific conditions? If that's true, it means we fundamentally misunderstood what happens to materials in long-term space exposure. It means every satellite up there is slowly being transformed by the environment. And we have thousands of satellites in orbit right now. What happens when they start coming down? What happens when these modified materials hit our atmosphere in larger quantities? Something that was kept quiet for a very long time. For years, satellites have been showing signs of unusual degradation. We're not talking about normal wear and tear from space radiation or micrometeoroids. This is different. We're seeing pitting, erosion, and material loss that scientists couldn't initially explain. It was happening to satellites from various countries and companies, yet for the longest time, there was a strange silence from official sources. It was almost a taboo topic. If you tried to look up information, you'd find very little. It was a puzzle hidden in plain sight, happening thousands of kilometers above our heads. Then, around 2022, the narrative began to shift. The United States government, through its agencies, started to acknowledge these anomalies. They began funding research to study what they termed unidentified metallic objects, or novel materials recovered from some of these satellites. This was a huge change. Suddenly, the problem wasn't just being acknowledged. It was being actively investigated. This shift raises a big question. What changed? Why the sudden transparency after years of silence? So what does this mean for the thousands of active satellites still in orbit? The implications are massive. Our global infrastructure is deeply dependent on these orbital assets. If they are degrading faster than predicted due to an unknown factor, it could impact everything from global communications to financial systems and national security. The stability of our interconnected world could be at risk. Are our satellites being slowly eaten away by something we don't understand? The official line is that they're studying it, but the details are still sparse. Now, let's talk about the recovered materials themselves. Studying these novel fragments presents both incredible opportunities and potential risks. On one hand, if these materials have properties unknown to our current science, they could revolutionize technology. Imagine materials that are incredibly strong, lightweight, or have unique energy properties. The breakthroughs could be paradigm-shifting, leading to advancements we can only dream of. The potential benefits for humanity are immense. However, there are also risks. We're dealing with the unknown. Are these materials safe to handle? Could they have unforeseen biological or environmental effects? Without understanding their origin or composition, we are treading an uncharted territory. The study of these materials must be done with extreme caution, balancing the pursuit of knowledge with rigorous safety protocols to protect our researchers and our planet. This isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a matter of global importance. What's really going on up there? Is it a natural phenomenon we've yet to discover, or something else entirely? The truth is, we don't have all the answers yet. But for the first time, the questions are being asked out loud. This journey of discovery is just beginning, and what we find could reshape our understanding of the universe and our place in it. So where does this leave us? Dead satellites are falling back to Earth, transformed by their time and space in ways we're only beginning to understand. Whether it's plasma physics we haven't fully mapped, microbial life we haven't discovered, or just the slow, strange alchemy of the void, something is happening up there. And here's the thing, this might actually be normal. This might be what space does to everything we send up. We've only been seriously exploring orbit for about 70 years. In cosmic terms, that's the blink of an eye. We're still learning the rules of this environment. The good news? Scientists are on it. Every recovered satellite piece is being studied. Every anomaly is being documented. We're building a database of what to expect, how to protect future missions, and what questions we need to answer. The unsettling news? We will continue to find more of these modified satellites. More mysteries. More questions that don't have easy answers, but maybe that's okay. Maybe that's what makes space exploration so incredible. Every answer leads to 10 new questions. Every mystery solved reveals another puzzle waiting to be unraveled. The universe is weird, folks. It's strange and beautiful and occasionally terrifying. And we're out there, poking around, trying to figure it all out one dead satellite at a time. So what do you think? Are these growths just physics at work? Unknown life forms? Or something else entirely? Drop your theories in the comments. I genuinely want to know what you think is happening up there. And if you want more mysteries like this, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, space has plenty more secrets to share. Until next time, keep looking up. But maybe keep an eye on what's coming down too.